Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my official college football week number 10 upset picks and predictions, where I go through some teams that I think possibly could be on upset alert. And guys, I did want to make a quick note on this game that's happening tonight, Friday night. Oregon State, they are ranked. They are underdogs on the road at Washington. And we were wondering what was going on with the weather. Is there a tsunami? I just recently checked the weather report, and apparently, the rain is supposed to be out of the area by 7 o'clock Pacific when this game is happening. So I am not going to adjust my prediction. I still have Washington winning, with a caveat. There's a lot of models and a lot of people that think Oregon State plus 4.5, because that line has moved. Originally it was 3.5. Now I think it's 4.5. There is value there. I'm personally staying away from it, but they are the ranked team. The problem I have with Oregon State is their quarterback situation, and they're on the road. Washington does not have good defense, but they're at home, and they've got a good passing game. And if the rain is not going to be a factor, I'll take Washington to win this game outright at home, and I guess cover the spread, but I'm not extremely confident in it. Moving to the Saturday games, we've got North Carolina traveling to Virginia. I'm getting some weird vibes on this one. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I just feel like Drake May is due for a game where he really struggles. Professional bettors do agree with me. They love Virginia. That's why this line opened at 9.5, and it's been bet down all the way to 7.5. You can see the 9.5. That was what it was at the beginning of the week. So Drake May is due for a game where he struggles. This is a tough matchup. Nobody's going to be there. There's going to be no atmosphere. There's going to be no energy. And I think that does play a part sometimes into players struggling to really get going, especially with these early, late morning, noon starts. I will take this game being close. Virginia covering. Virginia's been a very tough team to watch this year. They've actually played decent enough defense. The problem is Brennan Armstrong, and their offense has been so disappointing, one of the bigger letdowns in college football. But I think because they're at home, maybe it's cloudy, it's not good. I will take this game being a little bit lower scoring than what North Carolina is used to. I'll take North Carolina to win it, but I could honestly see them getting upset. I think they're worse than their record says they are. The next game we have, it's Baylor at Oklahoma. So this game is actually on at 3 o'clock, not 3:30, and very weird dynamic with this one. This game is not on ESPN. It's not on ESPN2. It's not on FS1. Guys, this game is on ESPN+. So once again, ESPN+ with this streaming crap. They did this with the London NFL game. It's disgusting. We really can't watch this game. I will take Baylor on the road. And guys, it is important. If Baylor wins this game, they will be ranked. They're the better, more consistent team. They are 3.5-point underdogs, but there is value on Baylor plus the 3.5. The overall ESPN FPI model actually gives Baylor a 53% chance to win this game over Oklahoma, and they are 3.5-point underdogs. I say that with also understanding this is an Oklahoma team that has improved on defense. Brett Venables is a defensive coach. I understand all of it. I just think Baylor, after their big win last week against Texas Tech on the road, where they trounced them, they're going to use that momentum. They're a better, more complete team, and they're underrated by a lot of casual people, in my opinion. Next, we have Tulane traveling to Tulsa. This is a noon game, and I think it's going to be a noon shootout, a noon surprise. Tulsa as 7.5-point underdogs shocks the Cinderella story that is Tulane. And guys, let me just say, I would love to see Tulane make the New Year's Six Bowl, be the Group of 5 representative. I just think Tulsa at home, their passing offense does enough in a crazy high-scoring game to upset Tulane. I realize Tulane is coming off a bye week, but I still like Tulsa at home. We know Tulsa and their crowd, very rarely do they get to face a team inside of the top 20. This is a big opportunity for their crowd to be energetic, and really try for the upset. We know how these college games work when a team's trying to upset another team and they're at home and they feed off the crowd energy. All of that goes into this pick of Tulsa possibly upsetting Tulane. And also, I do think Tulane is overranked. I don't think they're a top 20 team like the committee ranked them as such. Next, we have Syracuse traveling to Pittsburgh. So I guess this really isn't an upset, but this is a situation where the unranked team is favorited over the ranked team. And I just think Syracuse offense is not good enough. They have a very unimpressive running game. The running game's been a big letdown, and they can't throw the football. Syracuse has a very bad offense. They're going on the road. It's a bad combination. Pittsburgh has a really good young running back. They can throw it a little bit at least. All of those factors come together. I like Pittsburgh to win this game, and Syracuse, that would be their third loss, and I would assume, I would guess they would be unranked after that. Next, we have the huge matchup. It's Tennessee at Georgia. Everyone is in on Tennessee to cover this 8-point spread. It almost feels like, because it's college football and it's so unpredictable, it almost feels like Georgia's going to blow them out or they're going to win by 15 or something like that. But guys, I am going with the more chalk pick. I do think Tennessee, they've been too good this year, and Georgia's been too inconsistent on offense, in my opinion. I think Tennessee does cover this spread, but they lose a close game. Feels like a lot of people think this type of spread is similar to the Alabama spread, where we saw Tennessee as around 8-point underdogs. And it was like, it's so obvious Tennessee is going to cover it, but a lot of people bet on Alabama. Tennessee ends up winning that game outright. We'll see what happens. I do think the value is on Tennessee, but I know a lot of people like to fade the public, and this is one of those games where it's like, it's too good to be true. Everyone loves Tennessee. The professional bettors love Tennessee. The public loves Tennessee. And then Georgia wins this game like 45-30, right? So I don't know, guys. I just feel like Tennessee's been too good this year to really lose in an uncompetitive fashion. Georgia, they are always going to have a really good defense. They do have a good defense, but it's not like it's crazy. I mean, we saw Tennessee's offense score at will against probably an even more talented defense in Alabama. Granted, Tennessee was at home. I'll give you that. But I do see this game being close and Georgia winning in a close one. Next, we have Alabama traveling to LSU. So, guys, I've had a strong feel for this for a possible Nick Saban statement game. I've looked at LSU's schedule. I don't think they should be anywhere, inside of the top 10. I would probably rank them 13th or 14th right now. I still don't believe in Jayden Daniels. I know he's played better recently, but Alabama's offense is coming along. Bryce Young is starting to throw for, 350 yards. We're seeing, maybe their run game get going, and then really it comes down to Alabama's defense being so ridiculously talented and really keeping Jayden Daniels in the pocket and getting significant pressure on him. We really haven't seen a Will Anderson breakout game. I think we might see one here, maybe 2 or 3 sacks in this one, maybe a forced fumble, something like that. And Alabama's offense really breaks free. It just feels like this is a type of game where Alabama announces to everyone they're still in this. Yeah, they're not inside the top 4. Yeah, they have a loss, but they know as long as they win out, they're making the playoff, no problem. So I'll take Alabama here in a statement potential game. Next, we have Clemson at Notre Dame. And the one thing I will say, I am concerned with Notre Dame's quarterback situation and their ability to throw the ball against Clemson. But guys, this Clemson team, there's just something off about them. I mean, you've got Dabo Swinney benching DJ Uiagalelei and then coming out and saying, oh no, he's still our starter. Even though he struggled horribly, we almost lost. We had to bring in the true freshman 5-star. He's still our starter. Something is not right with this Clemson team. If they lose this game, I feel like they're missing the playoffs, even if they're a one-loss ACC champion. It's just based off of the overall college landscape at this point. Notre Dame has been improving. They're at home. They're due for a big home win, in my opinion. It is unique to where I think back in 2020, we saw Clemson travel to Notre Dame. Or was this 2019? One of the two. Trevor Lawrence was out. DJ Uiagalelei starts his first career game on the road, plays amazing, but he still loses. So an interesting dynamic. He's going back on the road, and it should be a good game. But the reason I'm picking against Clemson, something feels off this year with that program, in my opinion. So I'll take Notre Dame right now sitting. I believe they are 4-point underdogs, depending on what sportsbook you look at. They're the home team. I'll take them. Marcus Freeman has that defense coached up well. I think it's another situation where Clemson's going to have to turn to possibly going with their 5-star true freshman in the second half. But guys, that is going to do it for my official college football week number 10 upset picks. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.